Hey, do you sometimes feel overwhelmed and all over the map, not really, paying attention to what you really need or want, just putting out fires and going through the motions? I know I feel like that too sometimes, and yeah, it can be a lot. So, you might be surprised to hear that the best way to deal with the overwhelm is to really slow down. So, I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about working on kind of the first steps in starting to declutter your life, really. So learning to trust yourself is a process, and it does take time. And really, what it means is spending time on you because, of course, you are so worth it. And when it comes to dealing with the clutter in your life, if you are feeling stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed, this is a sign that you really need to look at the emotional side of clutter. This is really a good first step. So, I'm going to give you a few ideas for things that you can do that will help you to get more in touch with your own intuition. However, it really is all about working on your own like resilience, learning how to deal with stress, overwhelm, feeling anxious, all of those things. So the first one is about just spending time alone. And I know this might not be easy for everyone if a lot of us have really busy lives, right? But doing activities that are quiet and really help you to look within yourself. Again, what I was saying is that we are the most important person to us, and we're the only ones who are going to be there for us in the long run, right? So I really believe the answers are there already if we are open to listening. So some ideas like having a daily practice of yoga, walking, any kind of physical activity that gets your body moving is really good. So exercise is great. For helping you to feel better about and to feel less stress. Getting good sleep. And I know that is easier said than done. I used to have a real issue with sleeping, and once in a while I still do, but I remember how frustrating it was. And I do believe that there are lots of things out there that can help you. Just focusing on, what others are saying about sleep. There are so many things you can do to help yourself. For me, at this point, I read a chapter from a book or even from my Kindle almost every night, and it really helps me to get to sleep. And I know the other thing is that it can be hard to stay asleep too. So one of the things that really can help with that is just learning how to relax. And again, it's probably not something that's just like an easy fix, but with practice, it can help you to, if you wake up and you can't get back to sleep, like just try, like working really hard on, well, not really hard, but just working on being able to relax. You don't want to work hard on anything, because if you do, that's just gonna, it makes it more challenging. But just like let it go, surrender to it, be calm, all of those things. So I'm going to move right into meditation, which is another really great way to tap into your inner wisdom. And it can help you when you meditate. It can help you in the day. Like it helps you to have a smoother day, helps you to feel more calm. I don't know. It's just, I'll tell you how I do it. What I do is when I have a shower, after I have a shower, I go and lay on my bed with my towels wrapped around me and usually get a blanket as well. And my kitty comes and lays with me because she knows that routine. And I lay down. Sometimes it's only for 10 minutes. Sometimes I get really into it and I just want to lay there for 20 minutes or half an hour. And I tend to just kind of let my thoughts flow and see whatever comes up. Like sometimes you can't even remember what it was, but it's so relaxing. And other times I might just focus on my breathing because I need to, calm myself for whatever reason. And So just breathing, focusing on breathing in, breathing out, that kind of thing. And it really helps a lot. And it can really help. I think that that's probably the thing that has helped me with my sleeping as well. So, so you could also do like during the day, you could do a walking meditation, especially if you, let's say you are, you have some kind of issue that is bothering you, something maybe you need to do, or a phone call you need to make, perhaps something that's hard. Maybe setting some boundaries with somebody else, or talking to someone. I don't know. It could be anything that is challenging for you, and just go for a walk and meditate on it. Like, just keep thinking about, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And you'll be surprised that the more you can be quiet, the more the answer comes to you, right? You probably know that already, but we always need reminders, right? So my next one is about journaling. And again, if you have some kind of issue, it's really great to journal on it. If you don't like the idea of writing in a book, you can write right onto your computer, or you could use the Nextdoor app. No, that's not it. Sorry. It's called Day One, DAYONE app. And you can write in there every day. It's private. No one has to see it. You could just write on there at any time. You have your phone with you. You could do it while you're waiting for, an appointment. So, but writing with a focus on your clutter, if you have the decluttering journal, you know what I'm talking about. It can really help you to get to more of those underlying beliefs about yourself, your clutter, why it's there, and it will give you more clarity around your thoughts about your stuff, especially if you kind of assess them and think about, is this really true? Is this something that I am really connected to, or do I really need to believe this about my stuff? Is it really true that I'm going to use this someday? So getting those thoughts down really helps you to have your inner voice heard. So okay, so also the next one is about focusing on the now. So clutter tends to be all about the future, a worry about the future. It's about the past, which, is often the emotional clutter that comes up. And it tends to not be about the present. And we really need it to be in the present, because that is the only thing that we really have control over, right? And so when you think about it being in the present, you can think about, what can I do today to make a difference? What can I do, when I have this free time, perhaps? I know dealing with clutter isn't always a fun thing to do for people, but it can really make a difference with how you feel when you clear a small area. So think about what you can do today. What is most important to you? What you need to pay attention to. Pay attention to the thoughts that come up too, and the things that can keep us stuck. So the thoughts that come up, get them down on paper. And then that's where you can assess, and you have, more control. And that's where the magic can happen. So enjoy this moment. Well, what can you do to make a difference? It doesn't matter if it's big or small. Consistency is really a key to really making progress. Just being consistent. So the next one is about knowing what you want. And that can be a hard one, and really is a big question. Sometimes I think of that myself, and I think, what do I really want? What is it that I need to make me happy now? So the more you know what you want, honoring yourself, taking time for self-care, making a commitment to yourself, and learning to love yourself are all factors that will help. And these are just some of the ways that we grow. We learn to trust ourselves more. We need to have more clarity about what we want. So the final one is around decluttering your life and mind. You didn't think I would leave that out, did you? So whenever you are trying to get clear, it's a really good idea to work on decluttering any or all areas of your life and mind. And when you think about emotional clutter, it can be about saying no or setting boundaries, taking the time for yourself, doing some self-care. All of those things are helpful in dealing with emotional clutter. And if you are struggling with something emotionally, you can declutter a small space, like clean out a drawer, clean off your side table, clean off your coffee table, whatever it is. And it helps your mind as well. And it helps you to work through the emotional clutter, and also vice versa. If you are wanting to do some decluttering, like actual physical decluttering, think about clearing the emotional clutter, or think about doing the physical clutter, and that helps you emotionally. So it really works together, I believe. So that's all I have for you today. Happy decluttering. And please just like below if you like this video, and give me a comment. All right. Happy decluttering. Bye for now.